Yes, hello, welcome everybody, it's Chris here from MoDXtra, and in today's video I'm going to share with you folks the top 5 small box family friendly games that me, my wife and kids like to play while we're away on holiday. Let's get into it, shall we? Yes, okay, let's get into it then. So I am certain that many of you right now, like me, are part of a gaming family. Myself, my wife, my 2 children, we all love a good tabletop game, and we especially love taking our tabletop games away on holiday with us. They're just useful to have. There are times when, I don't know, you're eating out, you're treating yourselves on holiday to a meal, but it's busy and it's taking a while for the food to come out, and having something in your bag to bust out to entertain the kids is just handy. Or you're on the beach, they've been digging holes, they've been in the water swimming, and they just need a breather, and they just need to sit down for a minute and have a drink. And so to keep them occupied, having something in your bag to play on the beach is useful. Or just, in the early evening hours, something to finish off the day as a nice family activity, just to wrap things up before the kids go to bed. So we take games with us on holiday. The summer period has just finished. We've had a couple of trips away, which is why this is at the forefront of my mind. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 games that have been particularly popular this year with my children as part of their holiday gaming routine. Okay, couple of notes before I share with you the list then. The parameters. What do we look for in a family holiday tabletop game? First things first, number 1, it has to be small and compact, easily transportable. And this works on 2 levels really. On the first instance, we're looking for stuff that we can get to the final destination easily. It's got to be small enough to fit in the hand luggage or not take up too much room in the suitcase or in the boot of the car. Card games particularly appeal to us because we can strip them of their outer boxes and all the other kind of ancillary stuff and pop them in something like this or something like this to cram as many games as we can into a smaller space. So can it get to the final destination conveniently? And then when we're there, is it small and compact enough that we can cart it around, so that we can just pull it out as and when required? So if we're in the pub, if we're in the restaurant waiting for a meal to arrive, if we're in the beach looking for some 5-minute downtime, will it fit in the bag and still leave enough room for sun creams and drinks and all the various other sundries that you carry around with you on holiday? Number 2. Games that have the least amount of components or fiddly bits and bobs that are required to play. So games that have big boards where you're moving miniatures around, or games that require lots of tokens or trackers or life wheels, stuff like that we take off the table. As I said, we like to strip the outer box out and take as many games with us as possible. So things like card games that rely largely on the deck of cards itself to play, or dice games that can be kept in small containers, are just the sort of games that we like to use on our family holidays. Number 3, we want simple and comprehensive rules. We don't like games with dense rule books. We want things that we can just bust out wherever we are and play wherever we are. In fact, most of the time we don't even take the rule books with us. We certainly don't want to find ourselves in a situation where we're playing a game and we discover a complicated interaction that we can't figure out, and we've got no 4G signal to go on the Board Game Geek forum to figure it out. So chance games, push your luck games, these appeal to us a great deal because even though they're fun and they're entertaining, they're not necessarily complex. Or, if it is a game that's a bit more complex and has some tactical or strategic depth, the way you play the game is still very straightforward. And finally, the golden rule, the obvious one really, it has to be a game that appeals to the whole family, both me, my wife and my 2 children. So our favoured games are ones that are colourful, that are engaging, that have got great artwork and are entertaining in both play and look and feel. There's certainly some games that me and my wife would probably play and take away with us that we just don't do because we're looking for stuff that while we're on holiday, all 4 of us like and can get involved in. Right, okay, well there's my kind of parameters for selection, so you know kind of a little bit about why I might be showing you these games. Let's now share our top 5 list. First on the list, we have Zombie Dice. My kids love a game that's a bit more tactile and involved sometimes, so having a dice roller in the family holiday toolkit never really goes amiss. Zombie Dice is perfect for this, as it comes in a tidy little package with a firmly lidded dice cup and of course the dice you need to play the game itself, making it compact, easy to transport, and of course we find it fun. It's a push-your-luck game where you take the role of zombies that are hungry for sweet, sweet brain meat. The first to eat 13 brains wins, but you have to watch out because some of these potential victims carry shotguns and they can end your illustrious career as a brain-eating zombie, because 3 hits from the shotgun and you're out. Each dice has a varying number of brain faces, shotgun blast faces, and footprint faces which are give chase, and these are indicated by the die's colour. The red dice, for example, have more shotgun blasts on them. Roll a brain and you can eat it to earn a point towards your 13. Roll a shotgun blast and you'll take the hit towards your 3 to knock you out. Roll a give chase and you have the option then to hold the dice back and re-roll it in your next roll. Speaking of which, you have a decision to make at this point. You can lock in your results as they stand, or you can draw 3 more dice and roll a fresh batch, and any that you've held over, any give chases that you've held over from your last roll. Each fresh roll then increases the chances of getting more juicy brains to feast on, but it also increases the chances of finding a living soul with a firearm who can give you another shot towards your 3 hits and you're out. It's not complicated, but the luck element works really well for our family because it offers a level playing field, for all members of the family, no matter how old they are, no matter what their experience of gaming is, and, in my wife's case, how much of a tactical genius she believes she is. For those uncomfortable putting a zombie theme in front of the kids, you can try out a re-implementation of the game. There's a Batman dice version, there's a Dino dice version, there's an alien-themed one, which I think is the Mars Attacks IP. So you could use one of those instead. From my perspective, though, I just think it's an important educational experience because my kids need to know the risks, and I will not shield them from the realities of a zombie outbreak. We will be prepared. Number 4 is Waterproof Dobble. Dobble, which I think is known as Spot It in North America, is as simple as they come. Each card in the deck has a number of symbols on it, and any 2 cards will have a matching symbol on them. There are many ways to play, but fundamentally you're playing to be the fastest match finder in a round, the first to spot the 2 matching symbols. We've got a couple of copies in the family because they've released a number over the years that are themed around different intellectual properties, but the one we use on holiday is the waterproof edition, or maybe it's called the beach edition, which has got a load of holiday themed symbols on it, and as the name suggests, it's waterproof. This makes it super handy for the poolside or on the beach for those times when you need to just pull them out the water for half an hour to make sure they have a drink, to take a break from the sun, to top up the sun cream. It just keeps them entertained through this kind of downtime period, and it's just super quick, super easy, and an entertaining bit of filler that my kids enjoy that we pop in the beach bag. Number 3, an old family favourite now for a couple of years, Canine Kleptomaniacs. Canine Kleptomaniacs is a card game in which each player takes on the role of a cute family pet dog. Although not so cute, because these pet dogs have the inconvenient habit of pilfering and hiding the family's possessions under their dog bed. And that's the name of the game, is to steal as many of the family possessions as you can. Family items have pooch points attached to them, and the highest total pooch points at the end of the game from the hidden items that you've managed to collect wins. You collect matching sets of particular possessions, which will improve and maximise your score. So you're looking for matching suits hidden under your dog bed. Although you may want to keep hold of a card or 2 in your hand, because you'll get a sense sometimes, there's interfering with other players' plans and intentions. And if they're collecting a particular item, you may want to try and lock them out from maximising their score by keeping hold of some cards yourself. Again, like many of the games on this list, the combination of the charming artwork and the sense of humour, which is a bit of a cheeky, gross-out humour that appeals to the kids greatly, is a big element for us. Plus, we find the gameplay engaging, if a little lightweight. The kids are obsessed with some of the cards in this game. They love the doggy fish fart card, they giggle at Granny's bloomers, and they often give the appropriate ew when the soiled nappy or the toenail clippings cards make an appearance. It's a little bit more involved than some of the other games on this list. There are 2 decks of cards you need to play, and they're quite big decks of cards. So it's less one that we cart around to use while we're travelling about and visiting places. It's more the game that we take with us to crack out after dinner, at the caravan or at the apartment, before it's time to wind down for bedtime routine, because we're always looking for a bit of entertainment on holiday that doesn't involve a screen, but still travels well when you're putting it in your hand luggage, when you're putting it in the suitcase. Number 2 is a recent addition to the family gaming library. It's Exploding Minions. Manana! Exploding Minions is a push your luck card game that is a themed reskin of Exploding Kittens. Draw the Exploding Minion card and you are out of the game, but there's also cards in there that can improve your chances of survival or help you manipulate other players into finding the Exploding Minion. You must draw every turn. Everyone has to draw at the end of their turn, which is a good thing and a bad thing because it increases your chances of improving your hand and giving you more options, but it can be your undoing as it takes you one step closer to drawing the Exploding Minion and dying in a flash of dynamite and banana chunks. As the game progresses, the deck gets smaller, and the smaller the deck gets, the higher the chances that you'll draw the fateful Exploding Minion. So the tension and drama increases as the game goes on. My kids like that. They seem to enjoy the drama and tension. They like the Russian roulette of it all. They also like the opportunity to get one over on the adults, to pull a nope card, a cheeky nope, or survive an Exploding Minion and be given the opportunity to put it back in the deck at a position that will catch one of the parents out. It's lightweight, it's fun, it's not a super in-depth game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's tremendously silly, it's got charming artwork, and it's been easy to teach them the rules and get them to understand it. We really love it. It's daft, but it's definitely one we like to take away on holiday, although it comes in a massive box that's far too oversized for the deck of cards, so we often take it out of the box and pop it in a smaller, deck box. And finally, number 1 on our family holiday tabletop games list is Cockroach Poker. So the number 1 choice on our list is Cockroach Poker, and this is an interesting game because it's a card game in which you don't play to win, you play to make someone lose. The first player who ends up with 4 matching bugs from the deck loses, and all the other players win. Every turn, a player will offer a card face down to another player, declaring which bug it is. They may be telling the truth, they may be lying, and the receiving player then has a choice to make. Are they bluffing? Do I call it? Are they telling the truth? Or do I want no part of it at all and take a kind of get out of jail free option, which is to peek and pass? Call a bluff incorrectly, or peek and pass it on and get called yourself, and you have to add the card to your collection, becoming one step closer to having a complete set of 4 matching bugs. I'm not really doing it justice with that description, but this is a tremendously fun game, super engaging, it's different and fast-paced every single time, and it's got everything we need in a family holiday game. It's funny, you only need the deck of cards to play, and like many of our choices on the list, we find the artwork full of character and really interesting. And while my children's ability to bluff and blatantly lie to my face will be concerning in the years to come, we find it a hell of a lot of fun. We pop it in the bag and take it everywhere with us, on holiday or not in fact. And if you say to my children right now, what do you want to play? Cockroach Poker will usually be in the shortlist, so absolutely deserves to be in our number 1 spot, and we highly recommend that you check it out. Well, folks, let me know in the comments down below what your favourite family tabletop games are. What do you take on holiday with you? I'd love to know. Any recommendations after you've seen my list that you think might appeal to me and my family, definitely get them shared. But in the meantime, while you're down there, make sure you give us a like if you've enjoyed what I've done today, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I've been Chris, otherwise known online as the True Mr. Six, and I hope you'll come back again sometime soon to watch one of my little videos. See you later, folks.